Finding the missing dimension as related to volume. Okay, go ahead and pause the video and write this problem down. Sometimes you will be given a problem that looks like this. A rectangular prism has a base area of 10 square centimeters and a height of 5 centimeters. What is the volume? So we're looking for volume, and we're working with a rectangular prism. So it was going to look something like this. But in the problem, it gives you the base area. So if this is the base, that base area, or big B, is 10 square centimeters. And then the height, so this distance between the bases, is 5 centimeters. And we have to find the volume. Well, let's think formula is volume equals big B times H. Well, look, we already know what big B is. So all we have to do is substitute in 10 for big B times 5 for the height. So we know that the volume is 50 centimeters cubed. A lot of times students will get really tripped up by this. You don't need to multiply 10 by 10 or anything like that. They'll ask, well, what are the dimensions of this base? It doesn't matter. You know that the area of the base is already 10. So you go ahead and use the area of the base times the height. Sometimes you'll be given a problem like this with a picture. Find the volume of the figure. Once again, we already have big B. We already have the area of the base. There's no need to be concerned with what the actual dimensions are because you already have this value right here. So for a pyramid, don't forget area of the base times the height divided by 3. Don't forget that divided by 3 for a pyramid. So all we're going to do is substitute in our area of the base, which is 25, times the height, which is 4, all divided by 3. So 25 times 4 is 100 divided by 3. So that's 33 1/3 centimeters cubed. Don't worry about the dimensions. You already have the area of the base. Other times you'll be given a problem like this. A triangular prism has a height of 5 inches and a volume of 125 cubic inches. What's the area of the base of the prism? Well, let's go ahead and draw a picture. We know it's a triangular prism. And we know that the height is 5 inches. That's the distance between the bases. We know that the volume is 125 cubic inches. What we're looking for is the area of the base. This time we've got to do something a little different. We already know the volume. We're not solving for the volume. So what we're looking for is the area of the base. We're looking for big B. Now, you're going to use the same formula. Volume equals area of the base times the height for a prism. Now, I'm not even concerned about what the height and the base are of the base. All I'm going to do is substitute in 125 for the volume, and that equals, we don't know what big B is, so we're going to put big B right here, times the height, which is 5. And I'm actually going to turn it around and look like this, 5B, because we always put numbers before the variables. Now, how do I undo this multiplication? I divide. So that's going to divide out to be 1. So big B is equal to 25. And that's actually going to be 25 inches squared because big B is area. So when you're finding missing dimensions, all you have to do is plug into your formula. All right. Sometimes you'll be given a problem that looks like this. Write this down, and I want you to try and solve it first. So the volume of a square pyramid is 150 cubic inches. The base area is 15 square inches. What's the height? So this time we're looking for the height. So let's just go ahead and draw out our square pyramid. So we know that the volume is 150 inches cubed or cubic inches. The base area, so big B, is 15 square inches. And this time we're looking for the height. So we're looking for this distance right here. So again, same thing. You're going to use your formula. Volume, big B times H, because it's a pyramid, we have to divide by 3. So all we're going to do, instead of V, I know the value of V, it's 150. 150 equals base area, 15, times the height, divided by 3. Now at this point, there are a couple of ways that you could do this. You could go ahead and handle your division here and do 15 divided by 3. If it's not so easy to do that, then, well, this 3 is divided, so what's the opposite of division? It's multiplication. So we're going to undo dividing by 3 with multiplying by 3. So over here, we're going to multiply by 3. Oops. So we're going to multiply by 3 over here and multiply by 3. So those divide out because 3 divided by 3 is 1. So we're just left with 15. H equals 3 times 150 is 450. How do I get rid of the 15 being multiplied to the H? We divide. So I know that 30 inches is the height of the pyramid. So when solving problems involving volume, always start with a formula. You're going to always start with the same formula. But all you have to do is plug in the values that you are given and solve for what you need. So if you're given the volume, then you're just going to solve for another dimension. If you are given the base area and the height, then you're going to solve for the volume. It's just a matter of using the formula and plugging in what you know.